In the early 18th century, Governor Weatherby Swann and his daughter, Elizabeth, sail aboard HMS Dauntless with Lieutenant Norrington and his crew. They recover a shipwreck survivor, a boy named Will Turner. Elizabeth takes a gold medallion from around Will's neck, before seeing a ship with black sails. 8 years later in Port Royal, Jamaica, Norrington is promoted to commodore. While the promotion ceremony is taking place, the pirate captain Jack Sparrow arrives in Port Royal. After the ceremony, Norrington proposes to Elizabeth. Due to her tight-fitting corset, she faints and falls into the ocean, which causes the medallion she is carrying to emit a pulse. Jack rescues Elizabeth before escaping from Norrington, who has identified him as a pirate. Will encounters Jack and duels him until Jack is captured and imprisoned. That night, Port Royal is attacked by the pirate crew of the Black Pearl, the ship Elizabeth saw years earlier. The pirates are searching for the medallion, and take Elizabeth aboard the ship to meet Captain Barbossa. He explains that the medallion is one of 882 gold pieces used to bribe Hernán Cortés to stop his slaughter of the Aztecs. Because of Cortés's greed, the Aztec gods placed a curse upon the gold. Barbossa's crew found the gold at Isla de Muerta, but after spending it, they became immortal zombies. To lift the curse, the crew must return all the gold with an offering of blood. Barbossa intends to use Elizabeth's blood for the ritual. To save Elizabeth, Will frees Jack from prison. They stage an attempt to steal the Dauntless, which prompts Norrington and his crew to pursue them on HMS Interceptor. Jack and Will then sneak onto the Interceptor and escape. They head to Tortuga to find Joshua Gibbs and recruit a crew. On Isla de Muerta, Jack and Will creep into the treasure grotto, where Barbossa fails to lift the curse with Elizabeth's blood. Will and Elizabeth flee with one of the medallions on the Interceptor, while Jack is captured by Barbossa and locked up aboard the Pearl. A battle ensues between the Pearl and the Interceptor. Will realizes that Barbossa needs his blood for the right, and he surrenders himself to ensure Elizabeth's freedom. Barbossa destroys the Interceptor, then deposits Jack and Elizabeth on a deserted island. Elizabeth creates a smoke signal, which allows the Navy to find and rescue them. Elizabeth then accepts Norrington's marriage proposal on the condition that he rescue Will from Barbossa. That night, Jack and Norrington make a plan to ambush the pirates at Isla de Muerta. Norrington, however, plans to attack the pirates himself, and Jack convinces Barbossa to refrain from lifting the curse until after they have killed Norrington's men. Having anticipated the battle to come, Jack secretly palms a medallion so he can be immortal. He then frees Will and duels Barbossa. As Norrington's crew battle the immortal pirates, Elizabeth slips away to free Jack's crew, who flee on the Pearl, leaving her to save Will and Jack by herself. After Elizabeth helps defeat some of Barbossa's crewmen, Jack shoots Barbossa just as Will returns the last of the medallions with their blood, which lifts the curse. Now mortal, Barbossa dies from Jack's gunshot, and the rest of Barbossa's crew are killed or surrender. At Port Royal, Will declares his love for Elizabeth. He then rescues Jack, who was about to be hanged. After a scuffle, Jack and Will are surrounded by Norrington soldiers. Elizabeth stands by their side and declares that she will marry Will instead of Norrington. Jack falls into the sea, then is rescued by the Black Pearl, which has a new crew. Norrington decides to give Jack 1 day's head start before pursuing him. Governor Swann gives his blessing to Will and Elizabeth, while Jack is made captain of the Pearl and sails off toward the horizon.